He back. So
That shit don't bother me, bro.
remember
I don't
all
give a
that
fuck,
shit you
bro. What
talking
you
about.
talking about?
All that shit you talking about. Look, like if when I knock you out,
That's a whole 180.
How does this fight with Charlo play out?
Just got to work hard and go in there and just stick to the game plan. I think if we work hard and stick to the game plan, I think we could be successful.
The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation for the explosive showdown between Jermall Charlo and Thomas Charlo, a clash not just of fists, but pride, focus, and redemption. These two fighters, sharing more than just a last name, are set to collide in what promises to be an emotionally charged battle. Box Hub is here to break down what the experts, fighters, and insiders are saying, analyzing 18 powerful statements to paint the full picture. From confidence to vulnerability, strategy to motivation, this is everything you need to know before the bell rings. Jermall Charlo's statement highlights a return to form and a renewed sense of confidence. His assertiveness in saying things are smooth shows mental clarity and can control two key indicators of readiness. But what stand out most is his raw, direct threat to Thomas, warning him that he's back. This kind of bold language isn't just for show, it's psychological warfare. Jermall is aiming to establish dominance before they even step into the ring. The message is clear: he's not coming back to coast. He's returning to destroy, and he's letting Thomas know early.
He back. So
that shit don't bother me, bro.
Remember
I don't
all
give a
that
fuck,
shit you
bro.
talking
What you
about.
talking about?
All that shit you talking about. Look, like if when I knock you out,
That's
when I
a
knock
whole
you out,
180.
Thomas Charlo takes a different psychological route by calling Jermall too emotional. This isn't just trash talk, it's strategic. Thomas wants to frame Jermall as someone who fights with his feelings rather than focus. He's trying to flip the pressure, making Jermall appear unstable. Yet even while being critical, Thomas stays cool, composed, and even apologetic at the end of his comment, which could either be sarcasm or calculated control. It paints him as a calmer mind in the build-up a potentially dangerous advantage in a high-stakes battle.
You a fucking bum. Nigga, you a fucking bum.
Up, bro.
You want to be black so bad.
Shut
You want to be black so bad.
There's something. I don't know, guys.
Jermall's tone escalates as he addresses trash talk and promises to knock Thomas out. His repetition of, "I must show you," emphasizes determination, almost as if he's convincing himself as much as his opponent. What's most telling here is the mixture of aggression and pride. Jermall is clearly trying to hype up the moment, promising to stunt after the knockout, suggesting this fight is not just personal, but performance-based. He wants the world to watch him reclaim dominance. And that's where things get dangerous. Ego can either elevate or unravel a fighter.
So keep talking. Keep running your mouth. Mister, keep running your mouth. Watch. I'm going to show you.
That's what he say.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. You can't fuck with me. I'm going to show you.
All right, Sean, did you have one more question or no?
Yeah, and thank you, Jamal. Thomas, you've talked about your rebuild. You've won 9 fights in a row, 4 by knockout since losing to Lara.
You can't fuck with me. He won 9 fights. He did this. Nigga, I'm a split on your ass.
Thomas opens up with a rare level of emotional vulnerability, speaking about personal setbacks and how they affected his family. This quote sets a heavy tone. It's more than just a fight for Thomas. It's a final opportunity. He views this bout as a last shot, and when fighters enter the ring with nothing to lose, they're often the most dangerous. There's a quiet desperation behind his words, but also intense purpose. He's not just showing up, he's bringing everything with him. That mindset alone could tilt momentum in his favor.
You know what I'm saying? Personally, it messed me up. Put my family back a lot of things, and I just don't want to do that again. So, this time, we all know what the task at hand is. We already know what we're all against. So, I'm going to make it my last shot, my best shot. We all know it's my last shot, it's my best shot. I'm going to give it my all. And, I'm just going to upset the apple cart. It is box, like Tom said. Shoot, anything can happen. And May 31st, it will be nothing different. So.
Jermall speaks here about the discipline he's built through constantly having to make weight and stay focused. This quote shows that, even outside the ring, he maintains a fighter's mentality. While as he had competed at super middleweight, he seems to embrace the challenge, suggesting that it might even enhance his performance. The line, "Nothing can bother me," screams mental toughness. It's a crucial quality heading into a high-pressure fight, especially when facing an opponent with a chip on his shoulder like Thomas. Charlo is tuning out the noise and locking in.
I haven't fought a super middleweight yet, so the sky's the limit. I'm used to getting up, having to go make weight and focus. So maybe that can make me better or worse. I'm focused. So I'm training every day. Just working, just all work, staying focused. Nothing can bother me.
Thomas flips the narrative by acknowledging his opponent's inactivity. He points out that he's been the more active fighter and claims that he carries the momentum. There's logic to his argument. Activity keeps fighters sharp. Thomas believes that ring rust will reveal whether Jermall still has the grit. What's more, he seems genuinely eager to expose any weakness. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to find out what's left inside his opponent. It's an aggressive but honest assessment, hinting that Thomas may look to test Jermall early and often.
That's what we fight the fights for. So, he's been off. I've been active. I got the momentum going. And this is my time, you know what I mean? So when that time happens and the fight happens, we're gonna see what he's about, see if he got any bitch in him still. And we're gonna bring that out.
Jermall confidently declares that fans will witness the most explosive version of him at 168 pounds. The belief he has in his new weight class shows that he feels rejuvenated, not threatened by change. He sees 168 as his proper home and expects to perform even better there. His promise to be more explosive than ever is not just hype, it's a statement of evolution. That shift in power and energy could be a real factor, especially against an opponent banking on his own momentum and activity. This isn't a tired Jermall, it's a recharged one.
You spoke about your power. Are we going to see the most explosive and powerful Jermall Charlo on Saturday, May 31st? Most definitely. Most definitely. You're going to see me go out and be more explosive than you've ever seen before.
Thomas revisits the theme of this being his last chance, underscoring the urgency driving him. He's gone through a rebuilding process mentally and physically since his last big fight. And while he gives Jermall his respect, he also makes it clear that respect won't stop him from going for the kill. He's painting a picture of a warrior who's got nothing left to protect, but everything left to prove. That kind of mindset, part fatalistic, part fearless, can crack even the most confident opposition. Thomas is hunting with finality.
I already know it's my last, first my last shot, either at middleweight or whatever weight the hell he is, however, whatever it is. It's kind of like my last shot, right? So I rebuilt since the Lara fight, and gotta make it, leave it all out there. So he's gonna have to deal with a whole bunch of different shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't take away who he is. He's Jermall fucking Charlo, right? But whenever the time comes, I won't really give a half a fuck about it and just do what I gotta do to secure victory.
Here, Jermall reasserts that he has bigger plans beyond this fight, calling Thomas a stepping stone rather than a true obstacle. However, he also makes it clear that he's not underestimating him, he's just prepared. This mix of respect and dismissal is strategic. He doesn't want to give Thomas the psychological edge, but he's not careless either. Jermall frames himself as the experienced veteran who's seen every style and every mindset. His job, as he puts it, is to win, and win in a way that reminds the division he's still elite.
Just right back. I ain't got it like your dice. I'll buy it one time. Just right back. You weird. Weirdo.
Coach Reg delivers one of the more critical assessments, bluntly stating that Jermall looks horrible in training and is not focused. Coming from someone with ringside access, this statement carries weight. If true, it means that Thomas may indeed be catching Jermall at his most vulnerable. Coach Reg believes the timing is perfect, not because of Thomas's rise, but because of Jermall's perceived decline. It suggests their team smells blood and is preparing to strike while the iron's hot. This observation adds more intrigue and shifts some doubt toward Jermal's readiness.
Why this fight? Why right now?
I think right now is the perfect time. With Charlo's not focused. I watched him train, he looks horrible. I think now is the perfect time. Like I said, he's not focused. He's going through a lot. So I think now is the perfect time.
David Benavidez enters a conversation with confidence in Thomas, calling about a big opportunity and insisting that his brother is ready to capitalize on it. This isn't just familial support. Benavidez has reportedly been in sparring sessions and seen the preparation firsthand. His words reflect internal camp confidence, suggesting that Thomas is being groomed to pull off something big. David's calm conviction implies a belief that Jermal is ripe for taking. This external endorsement, especially from a fighter of Benavidez's caliber, strengthens a belief that Thomas might shock the world.
This is a tough matchup for your brother, but we also have so many questions about Charlo. What are you expecting to learn from this fight?
I feel like this is the best, a big opportunity for my brother. I think he has to take advantage of this. He's been working extremely hard. I've even been sparring him myself. So I'm very confident that he's going to go in there and knock Charlo out.
Coach Reg keeps the strategy simple but pointed. Stick to the game plan, work hard, and success will come. There's nothing flashy about his approach, just the fundamentals. What makes the standout is how grounded it is. While the hype swirls around the Charlo name, Thomas's team seems focused on execution. Coach Reg isn't banking on a lucky punch or emotional fire. He's relying on discipline and tactical precision. That approach might seem modest, but it's the kind that often frustrates and exposes fighters who rely too much on natural talent.
How does this fight with Charlo play out?
Just got to work hard and go in there and just stick to the game plan. I think if we work hard and stick to the game plan, I think we could be successful.
Benavidez doubles down on the shock factor, predicting that this could be one of the biggest upsets in recent years. He acknowledges Jermal's strength, but believes Thomas should have faced a tune-up before taking on this challenge. This reinforces a narrative forming around Jermal's inactivity, possibly backfiring. For Benavidez to label the upset as monumental shows how much respect Jermal still commands, but also how confident they are in flipping the odds. That level of belief in Thomas's capability suggests they've seen something vulnerable in Jermal's camp that the public hasn't.
A lot of people have been calling me crazy, but I think it's going to be one of the biggest upsets in the past couple years. I think it's going to go in there and lay Charlo out, but it's going to be a tough fight. Charlo, I think he's just, he probably should have took another tune-up fight.
Coach Reg digs into how to handle Jermal Charlo without giving up too much, highlighting his punching power and elite skill, but also exposing a path to victory through disciplined outboxing. It's a subtle but revealing comment. Jermal can be outboxed. The strategy here isn't brute force, it's movement, defense, and patience. Coach Reg acknowledges Jermal's danger zones, but he also hints that they're working on neutralizing them. His confidence is technical, not emotional, which makes it all the more credible. The focus is not on surviving Charlo, it's on outthinking him.
Like how do you fight a Jermal Charlo without giving up too much?
Well, just, it's not, he can be outboxed. And again, like we know he has power, we know he can punch, and of course he's a good fighter. But like I said, we just got to stick to the game plan and just do us. And I think we can become successful.
You sound like you're cooking up something, Reg.
You
didn't give me nothing. It sound like you got something.
The clash between Jermal and Thomas Charlo isn't just a fight, it's a fork in the road for two warriors with very different stakes. For Jermal, it's a return to dominance or the start of a sharp decline. For Thomas, it's the final shot at rewriting his story. Each quote we've dissected builds a different case, a different truth, but only the ring will reveal the real one. Who's going to walk out victorious, legacy or hunger? We'll find out soon. Make sure you're locked in for this one. Now we zoom out. The Jermal versus Thomas clash is layered with intensity and pressure. Jermal carries the weight of expectation, name value, and the burden of proving he's still elite after a long layoff. Thomas, on the other hand, is laser-focused, hungry, and treating this as his final shot. He's arguably the more emotionally grounded fighter heading into bout, and that could tilt the scales. While Jermal talks about having bigger fish, Thomas is acting like this is his entire ocean. Focus, desperation, and preparation could close the talent gap quickly. This is Box Up where the gloves never lie.